Hi, this is Nathan, your neighborhood arcade and pinball talk guy. Today we're going to be reviewing Gottlieb's Foursquare on virtual pinball. This is basically a simulation of the original. And anyway, let's go ahead and get this review underway. Please look for our review underneath the description of our video. So as we play, we will also be giving some light commentary. So just stay tuned, and we'll just talk through this thing as we go. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this review started, shall we? Pedals are pretty responsive, but as you just noticed, coming out of that yellow section of that, it pops right off of that bumper up there, and it doesn't allow you to capture that ball. Paddles are very responsive on this machine, and paddle gap isn't too bad. It is used, and obviously it's a 70s table, and so it's set up with the rubber band bumpers. And if you just notice, they're slightly, I'm going to try to capture this as well, slightly off of the roll of this pinball. When it comes down to your flipper, there's actually a bump. So the line that feeds to your bumper, watch, boop, it bumps. So what it does is that throws off your shot a little bit, makes it a little bit harder. But anyway, some of these old tables can be quite tricky, and a lot of people don't really give credit to old tables. They'll say, hey, I don't want to play that, I want to play a Deadpool. There it goes right down the middle again. I want to play a Deadpool, or I want to play an Iron Man, or something along the lines of that. But in reality, some of these older tables are very, very, very difficult. So that just leaves you to the point of having to play it more than once. Some of these old tables back in the day were really made, they were put in casinos, they were put around to kind of actually make money. And so they kind of had the aesthetic of gambling to a certain extent. And that's right down the middle again. So anyway, that rail all the way up to top left to the 100 points in the middle when lit, that area right there coming out of that number 1 and number 2 column, if it comes straight out of there, it generally will go straight down the middle on you. But these old games are fun because, unlike some of the newer games, they seem simple, but they're not. And they're actually difficult because look at that speed of the ball. It's a little slower. It's harder to capture. Most of the newer games are fast speed games. These are a little bit more of a flatter table back in the 70s, and unlike some of the tables that we have now that have ramps that are way high up in the air. Of course, the tilt of the pinball table is also higher, causing more difficulty. But this right here, I would say so far is a moderate difficulty. It's not super hard, but that ball speed on this is definitely something you got to take into consideration here. The setup for it being a 71-ish table is very, very good, for what it is. So, it's definitely worth checking out. Anyway, this is Gottlieb's Foursquare. It's a fixed state table from back in the day. So definitely check this out on Visual Pinball, VPX, Future Pinball, whatever your heart's desire, wherever you can find it. It's not necessarily a filler table, but it's definitely a table that you should play if you're a pinball buff. But please also like us on Facebook under Facebook groups, Arcade and Pinball Talk, Instagram under Arcade Pinball Talk, as well as let your finger slide real quick to that red button. Click subscribe for YouTube, and we'll go ahead and keep the videos coming. But anyway, thank you for watching, and we look forward to our next video with you. Thank you again.